Hello everybody and welcome to Sonoma Raceway here in Sonoma, California, up in the most northern, kind of near San Francisco. This is the race before the illustrious American 700 where 59 cars will be duking it out for the American 700 glory. So far, 59 cars. We might get a 60th. On your front row here at Sonoma, though, we have Nick Pericles and Noah Hart. Noah Hart, of course, filling in for Sean Hart. Getting on the front row was incredibly special for him. He's not racing for driver points until the American 700, though. He's only going for one-off points in that race. For one-off points. So he's not racing for driver points right now. But for team points, it's incredibly special for him. A little further back, you also see Daniel Bouchard back there and Jesse Turner. Of course, the Silver Speed guys still have not scored a win this year simply because their cars can't keep themselves on track and their engine's running. So it's going to be interesting to see with this shortened race, because it's not a very long race, it's only 40 laps around Sonoma, if the drivers can handle, if these two cars can handle going for that amount of time and not getting involved in a rather silly engine grenade there. It's a pretty standard running order, but let's go through the starting grid. Austin Silverspoon will be starting last. His brother will be running in the Americans, or will be at least attempting the American 700 next year, Ty Silverspoon. Do It for Dale Jr., starting second to last when his teammate, who isn't even full-time, is starting on the outside front row. Yeah, that's probably not a great place for you to be. Raymond Fisher and Lance Kelvin. Kelvin really struggled with this track, which is kind of surprising because he was really good on Long Beach. Christian Vanderpesch and Bobby Jones also back here. They, of course, had, Bobby Jones, of course, had a grid penalty for today. Benoit Lethaire Irvine and Maddie Myatt are on the grid in the next two positions up. Maddie Myatt struggled with her car all weekend. Eric Monaco and Jack Halleck are the next two cars on this grid, with Sam at Ozkin and Seoul Dormitory. Yes, the Menervinis are that high up the order, with Jeff Bolton and Sakamoto Masahashi in the next two positions on the grid, with Gretchen Faust and Zachary Fitzwater. Faust had a very, very strong qualifying run today. Dale Cole Jr. and Ryan Griffin, our point leader, are the next two cars on the grid, with Jordan Presto and Zayden Davidson. Vince Freeze and Mitch Hobbs are the next two cars on the grid. Mitch Hobbs has been having the same luck as the Silver Speeds have with luck so far. Cody Lamas and Kenny Myatt are the next two cars on the grid. And we're kind of going on to the second row of the grid now. That is Jesse Turner and Daniel Bouchard, with Noah Hart and Nick Pericles on the front row. Noah Hart single-handedly wheeled that car high up the grid. However, we don't know how long that car will stay up there. Yeah, as you know, the Action Terrace haven't been the strongest this year. Hopefully they make the grid, though. With that being said, that is the front row for the race. Congratulations to Nick Pericles on the 10 bonus points. Let's go down to the race. Keys to this race are, is the nighttime the right time for Sonoma? We've never been to Sonoma, actually. Surprising with how long ARCSOA's been around, we've never actually raced at Sonoma. So is nighttime the right time for Sonoma? Number 2, pit strategy. Of course, pit strategy is always something you gotta watch. And number 3 is, how will this dash kind of race work? It's only 40 laps. It's not gonna be that long of a race, because considering they're only doing about 1 minute 11 second laps around here, 1 minute 12s, how is this going to turn out for them? It's gonna be an interesting race, I think, because, actually, if you want to put in a sub-key here, Nick Pericles has the inside for the first kink. However, Noah Hart has the preferred line into the first real braking zone. And as you can see, a little bit of contact there between the two Silver Speed cars as they are trying to get back in line. This is a very ragged start here, but it does seem like they worked their way out. Lamas is a little bit out of line back there. I'm not exactly sure what Freeze is doing back there, but here we go. They decided to try a 3-wide start back there. That could be a penalty on one of those cars. And we got a wreck! Lamas just took out Kenny Myatt there. We got cars all over the place. What on earth happened? I don't know what they were thinking. Vince Freeze, I think that is done. No, that's Jeff Bolton. Kenny Myatt's got a lot of front-end damage. What was that start? All kinds of cars with damage. Meanwhile, Nick Pericles gets a great start there. But that was rather silly. There was clearly a mess up on the grid here, and away they went. And why were they 3 wide on the start? Freeze is out of line there. Freeze is on the outside there, and Turner and Myatt get turned in front of the field, and then there's an accident further up the track, kind of caused by it. We're on board with Jeff Bolton here. Accident takes place. Bolton's the first car involved. On board with Jack Halleck now. We're going to see what happened to him. Did he get involved was the question. No, he didn't actually. He got out of that pretty cleanly. It was a very slow start, but the only person I could put that on is Vince Freeze for making it 3 wide. Myatt took his line there. You just can't fit 3 wide through that first kink. And Zolt Dormitory went flying off the road as well. Bolton gets into him, and he goes way off the track. Dormitory does. And he's into trouble out there. One more time from onboard Vince Freeze. And I don't know why Freeze thought he was where Lamas was. I mean, that accident, I mean, he's the reigning champion, but that accident is on him. I mean, I don't know what I could say about that other than that one was on him. And Kenny Myatt was really looking forward to this race. And Myatt was really looking forward to this race and just went straight into the wall there. And, well, this track was very similar to Road Atlanta, which was kind of why I was looking forward to it, but this track is a lot more like Road Atlanta considering there was an accident before turn 1. Further up the track, there was another incident, though, with Gretchen Faust, Zayden Davidson, Jack Halleck. Davidson runs them all off the road, and they all go flying off into the outfield there. All 4 of them with pretty heavy damage, so we're not off to a great start here at Sonoma. As Davidson might get out of that with minor damage, though. Meanwhile, Cody Lamas, one of the drivers involved in that, also is going for Noah Hart on 3rd here. Hart, of course, lost a spot to Daniel Bouchard already this lap. Or last lap, actually, down into the hairpin on the end of lap 1. Up the hill they go, they're catching Gretchen Faust. Oh, Hart hits Faust! Oh, boy, that's a really weird pit exit there, and oh, boy. We're on board Noah Hart. He's trying to hold off Cody Lamas there, but I don't know what you're supposed to do there because Faust was coming out of the pits, and that's where she's supposed to be. Hart had a car on the outside. I mean, Hart should let off then, honestly, but problems for Noah Hart. Meanwhile, it is a Silver Speed 1-2 at the front of the field, and actually Daniel Bouchard is chasing down Nick Pericles in the lead here. Very, very close racing at the front of the field between these two. Oh, we got a car around in the back! That is Matty Myatt and Christian Vanderpesch in a wreck. And, oh, this was a big hit here. I did not see Fitzwater was also involved in this. Fitzwater went flying, actually. Myatt's trying to get by Fitzwater here. Fitzwater goes off the road. Myatt makes contact with him, and Fitzwater goes flying through the air and hits the tire wall down there. So Myatt and Fitzwater are going to fall out of the race. So this is actually more like Road Atlanta than Road Atlanta was this year. Meanwhile, Cody Lamas is faster than both the two Silver Speeds in the lead here. Lamas is looking very, very quick here around Sonoma. And actually, Pericles is pulling little by little away on Bouchard there. Actually, Lamas is quicker than, Pericles was faster than Lamas there. 4th is Mitch Hobbs. 5th is point leader Ryan Griffin. 6th is Dale Cole Jr., a speedway racer, typically not normally known for his road course abilities. 7th is Jordan Presto. 8th is Bobby Jones. Remember, he started, I think, back in the last 5 positions. He didn't even get out of Q1. Oh, Presto off the road. 9th is Eric Monaco, soon to be 9th, will be Presto. 10th is Calvin as well. Fordale started on the outside of the inside of the back row. He's in 11th. Lothair Ravine 12th. He basically stopped on track to avoid the first incident. 13th is Silver Spoon. Vanderpesch is in the pits, and now you've got a bunch of drivers all just trying to get that last spot that are on the lead lap. Oh, Bouchard must have went off the road there. He is now down to 3rd. And he would fly off and sail off the road down there, and here comes Lamas on by. Got to be careful about that kind of a move there. This track is not for the weak, I can say that. Presto now, who's been off the track a couple of times in this race, is now trying to make a move on Dale Cole Jr. Presto's been fast around this track. It's just, so far in this race, it's just he keeps making silly mistakes. And I think he is going to get that spot there, but got to be careful with how you're running around this track. It is a very twisty... Oh, Cole Jr. backed out of it, and Presto fires around the outside there. Great move. So much of a great move that we got to take another look at it here. Look at this. What a move there. But what's funny is watch what happens next. He overcooks it into turn 2 and goes a bit off the road. And that brings Cole right back to him and right by him again. So Presto is driving this track like a madman, and he goes off the road again down in 4. So Presto is one of the fastest cars out there. He just has virtually no control of his car, and Lance Calvin's going to be the big beneficiary of that and get by both of them. However, Jordan Presto is looking to maybe throw down there. Oh, Presto's going wide. He's going off the road, and there's Presto throwing it away. So now, well, we said Presto's fast. He's just been making stupid mistakes on this track, and, well, he lost control of it down there. Meanwhile, Nick Pericles, the race leader, is being held up by Sakamoto Masahashi, and this could end well for him, it looks like, as now... he is faster than the cars around him, but up the track a little bit here. Masahashi is finally letting him by. Cody Lamas and Daniel Bouchard, they're all running roughly about the same times. Pericles, Lamas, and Bouchard. So being held up is not going to be good for him. We're going to take a look at something again here. Presto stays way low when leaving the pits here. And now we're going to go back and look at Gretchen Faust. We're going to take another look at Faust's incident again here. And I want to take a comparison look here coming out of the pits. Ah, that was a big mistake now. I'm not necessarily blaming Hart for that one. Faust kind of merged a bit too quickly on track there, I think. That one might go on Faust for that incident there. And now that the stewards see that again, they're going to investigate her. Meanwhile, Nick Pericles is being held up by Raymond Fisher and Zolt Dormitory for that matter. But Lamas is still stuck behind Masahashi as well. And Pericles is really being held up here. And it's showing because Pericles is still faster than Fisher Lamas that last lap here. But down to this corner here, Fisher's gonna have to give up the position. Pericles has the better line, but lap cars are not playing nice around this track, if you ask me. Oh, we got a tire going down on Benoit Lothair Ravine's car at the 1/4 distance in the race, and, well, Lothair Ravine is going to have to limp back to the pits. And Lamas now is being massively held up by Masahashi here. Masahashi's been typically a pretty good back marker, but this is also bringing Daniel Bouchard right to the back bumper of Lamas here. Keep in mind, Ryan Griffin does not want to see Lamas get second. He'd rather see him get third. And he would still retain the point lead if Griffin gained a spot on Hobbs and Lamas retained or fell down to third, they'd be tied. Although I think Lamas has more wins than Griffin, obviously, because Griffin has none. And now Lamas is really being held up by Masahashi. Masahashi is not going anywhere because he thinks he can chase down Raymond Fisher in that damaged car there. So now it's up to Bouchard. Is Bouchard going to make a crazy move? No, it looks like Lamas is going to dive under Masahashi, finally making that move stick. However, now Lamas is being held up by Fisher now. Bouchard still being held up by Masahashi here. Lamas makes the move work. As does Bouchard. Makes the move work down there, and now Bouchard's going to have to try and get a move on Fisher as quickly as possible here. And this is going to be very interesting here. Oh, is Bouchard going to try that? No, that was not going to end well for him there. Here comes Lothair Ravine out of the pits, and Hobbs is actually going to get held up a bit there, going up the hill. Daniel Bouchard is once again chasing down Cody Lamas for second here. Bouchard wants to make this a Silver Speed 1-2, and knowing Pericles' luck will probably blow up, and that'll be a battle for the win. Down the hill here, we've got Mitch Hobbs being held up massively by some of these lapped cars here. And finally, Hobbs makes that move stick there. Ryan Griffin's actually being under pressure from Eric Monaco, and Bobby Jones and Lance Kelvin are murdering through the field right now. They are flying through this. I think they're actually the fastest two cars on the track right now. Bobby Jones and Lance Kelvin they're flying through at a very high rate here. Further on, more up the track, we have Cody Lamas being held up by Zolt Dormitory. Lamas jumps on the brakes way later than Dormitory. Dormitory is going to play nice there, and this is going to be a big move, I think, here on Dormitory here. Dormitory's going to have to back out here, make that move work. Eric Monaco and Ryan Griffin are doing battle for 5th position on track here, as these two drivers are pretty much hammering at each other around this 2.0 mile road course. Down the track they go. I think this is the shortest race of the year. It's only about 80 miles. So here they go through that very slow cornering complex there. And now you got Bobby Jones closing in as well. Luckily, Griffin sees this and backs out of it in order to keep a charge on Jones off. Oh, somebody in the wall. Oh, that's Daniel Bouchard off the road. Oh, no. He got into, I think it was Dormitory there. Uh-oh. Yeah, Dormitory is going to slide wide here, and Bouchard makes the move, and they can't hold on to it. They make contact, and off the track goes Dormitory into the wall. Bouchard should be able to keep going, though, but oh, dear. Daniel Bouchard, your luck has not been strong this year, and Bouchard would actually bring it down pit road because he had a tire rub, so that's going to be a big problem for him. Also, Ryan Griffin in. I think that's for a scheduled stop. Pericles makes quick work of the lap car of Vander Pesch, and now he has got the sole job to take down Nick Pericles in the lead, and he is quite a bit quicker than Pericles. Hence why Pericles is coming down pit road here. Lamas is as well. And here comes a couple other cars here. Ooh, Vander Pesch with a lot of front-end damage there. Where did he get all that from, is my question. Oh, no, it's not as much as I thought it was. I think that was just an earlier incident there. But basically, everybody is bringing it down pit road with the exception. Oh, Raymond Fisher is... more problems for Jordan Presto. I think he hit another wall. Presto has not been having a lot of luck with this corner down here. He just completely lost it down there again and went into the wall. So tough break for Presto. Gotta calm yourself down a little bit there, Jordan. Very slow stop for Nick Pericles. That's going to put Lamas in the lead of the race, actually. And oh boy, is there something wrong with Pericles' car? You've already seen another car fall out. I think that was Bouchard that just fell out. Yes, Daniel Bouchard does fall out of the race here. We'll get word on what happened to him. Was it because of that accident? But Nick Pericles with a horrifically slow stop. There's something wrong with both the Silver Speeds again. Something wrong with them. And he is still being held on pit road. Much later after here, he's lost almost a full lap. I can't believe it. He was dominant this weekend. And more bad luck for Nick Pericles. I can't explain it anymore. It's more than just bad luck. It's like that car, he's cursed or something. This puts the two Supras of Mitch Hobbs and Eric Monaco in second and third, trying to chase down race leader Cody Lamas. And Pericles has been lapped already, and they're finally sending him back out. So he's not going to fall out of the race, but he is definitely struggling out there with something mechanical with that car there, but he is a lap down now. And he gets a little bit of contact there from Lance Kelvin. Meanwhile, Cody Lamas is already won 2 races this year and is trying to go for a 3rd one. DNC has been nothing short but dominant so far this season. And they're bringing 6 total cars to the American 700, so that'll be interesting for them to watch. Meanwhile, Jordan Presto once again showing his off-track abilities a little further back. Not sure why Presto's having so much trouble with that chicane back, with that S-bend back there, but... Oh, Hobbs goes off the road from 2nd, it looked like. Uh-oh. No, I think there's something wrong with Mitch Hobbs. So the other most unlucky driver in the field, Mitch Hobbs, has problems from 2nd. And it wasn't an incident with Hobbs, it was just the car broke down. You can see something big just happened there, and he's not going to be able to get it back to the pits. Oh, man, Mitch Hobbs and Nick Pericles, your luck has been terrible. I'm wondering if they're going to leave their teams respectively. I'm wondering, because it's getting a bit crazy for both of them. Oh, maybe he will get it back to the pits. He did get refired, but there is definitely something wrong with that Hobbs car. Meanwhile, everyone in the back has been struggling with lapped cars here. Monaco goes off the road. Bobby Jones somehow is in 3rd despite not making it out of Q1 on a road course. Not sure how that one happened, but he's there. Ryan Griffin's in 4th. Had a kind of a slow stop there for Ryan Griffin. And now he's going to take 3rd away here. Oh, no, he's not. Bobby Jones threw the block on him there. And, wow, Ryan Griffin bumping and basically shoving the 34 out of the way. The 34 is not going to like that. Not going to play that nice of a lap car either. And, oh, now the 34 is just kind of being a jerk. He's just intentionally holding him up now because of that bump. He's the championship leader. Let him by. And Ryan Griffin is not going to be happy here with Jordan Presto. And I think that just proved it. That was a nice one-fingered salute there. Although Presto's fighting back as a lapped car, but it looked like he was trying to take him out there. Oh boy, you don't want to do that too often. Nick Pericles is faster than all these cars, yet he's a lap down. And wow, Presto's making another off-track excursion down there. Great job. Dale Cole Jr. is the one car that got by him cleanly. Meanwhile, in the world of Cody Lamas, he's leading and has a big lead over 2nd position Eric Monaco. I mean, good job on Lamas here. He kind of lucked into it with both the Silver Speeds having problems, but Pericles, I can't believe it. Pericles, this race was meant for him. It was a dash race. Let's go to his car. It was a dash race for him. He was on the pole. He dominated all weekend, and, well, couldn't make it work for him there. I don't know what to say. As here comes Silver Spoon right there, and it looks like Silver Spoon had some contact with something as well. We're on board with Austin Silver Spoon, and he just, oh, he overcooked it, went into the gravel there, and just lost it. Not a whole lot Silver Spoon could do, other than not going off the road. Oh boy, there was an incident here with Masahashi and Ryan Griffin going way off the road there, and Ryan Griffin, the point leader, is out. We're on board with Ryan Griffin now. Is it a full moon tonight? Because we're experiencing one of those nights tonight. And just into the wall goes Ryan Griffin. Not much Griffin could do there. It was a lap car making a mistake in front of him. Meanwhile, Cody Lamas is setting the fastest laps of the race right now. No one's within the same zip code as him in lap time. Bobby Jones is trying to chase down Monaco in 2nd. However, he's actually losing a bit of ground there to Monaco. Monaco's, I think, trying to hold up a charge here now that he knows that Ozkin's kind of in the way of Lamas. But keep in mind, Cody Lamas has just been dominant ever since the 2 Silver Speeds fell out. And this is the kind of race that Lamas likes running, is this kind of a race where he's just always... He's very much like Kenny Myatt in the way that he handles races. When other people like to throw their brain out the window, Lamas tends to be strong. And this is the kind of race where Lamas... And he very rarely makes mistakes, too. The only car faster than Lamas is Pericles, who at this rate might actually unlap himself, how fast he's going. He's all the way up to 11th after them having to replace batteries in his car. So that's something to watch. Pericles is now just past the third place car on speed. And it was battery problems also for his teammate. And there is no front end damage on Pericles' car. That's just the camera glitch we sometimes get. But we have not seen Nick but he is fast. He is the fastest car outside of maybe Llamas. And he's faster than Llamas right now. Pericles is a man on a mission right now. And it looks like who's the next car in line? It would be Ozkin. That's going to be pretty easy for him. I think Davidson's within reach at this rate. And Mitch Hobbs, who is back out there again with battery trouble. I wonder if Silverspeed gets their batteries from the same locale as Silverspeed. I wonder. We have problems for Austin Silverspoon as well. Silverspoon with some mechanical problems. He's in the points right now. Dale Cole Jr. also. Oh, no. Cole Jr. was running 6th and apparently has problems. That's not good for Cole. And no, this was an incident here. Dale Cole Jr. is coming around this track here and gets into Benoit Laverne from 5th position. Cole Jr. is done. Is done. Well, he's going to have to get a tow back because he actually would get that bogged down right there, and the car would break on him. So tough break for Cole. Here's another look at Benoit Laverne here, and I don't know. Can you blame those wrecks on Laverne? Here you go, once again here, and I think that's just the nature of the track here at Sonoma. You can't really do a lot there with that pit exit. I think that one's on Cole for diving in too deep. The Bradley Automotive team brings their cars down pit road. This is going to be a very quick pit stop. Also, Eric Monaco came in as well. So here they come out of the pits here. Cole Jr. does get going again. Meanwhile, where's the 48? The 48's coming in this time from the lead, but he's got such a big lead right now. I don't think it's much of a shock to anybody. Lamas is on pit road here. We're looking to see if there's any type of gain made by Monaco and Jones here. I don't think there will be much, but especially considering Lamas just got to his pit box about 5 seconds ago. But this is going to be very important to see the gap in between Lamas and Monaco here. And here comes Lamas out of the pits. And a good move there. There's Davidson. He's lapped Davidson and his teammate. And there's Monaco right now at the start-finish line. Compared to where Lamas is, that's pretty high up the order right there. They're almost a full S-bend in front there. So Lamas is a big lead. Vanderpesch and Cole are battling for 14th here. They're both a lap down, but this battle's been thrilling here. Dale Cole Jr. actually really likes this track, despite him not being a road course racer, a traditional road course racer. It seems like Dale Cole Jr. has really come to grips with this track. If it weren't for that incident with Benoit Laverne, he would have had a top 5 today with how his race has been going. He gets 14th away from Vanderpesch here, and Cole Jr. is actually really quick. He's going to catch. He's a number of laps down, keep in mind. He's going to catch. No, he's not going to catch some of the cars around him. Do it for Dale Jr., on the other hand. He had the quietest race of the day. He's up to 5th in the Supra. He's on the lead lap. Of course, his teammate, Noah Hart, this week was very quick. And he's got a big gap over Mitch Hobbs in 6th, who Hobbs was running 2nd at one point. And now is trying to hold off Cody Lamas. Vince Freeze is under investigation, as we know, for the incident on lap 1, where the entire field, for the most part, got taken out. A lot of good cars went with him, like Kenny Myatt went out in that incident there. Got to keep that in mind as this race goes forward. That was a pretty egregious violation there. If that turns into a race suspension, he might miss the American 700. I don't know. There's been a lot of ridiculous driving today, and I think that's going to be a big problem for him. because if Freeze gets a race suspension, which some people are already calling for, he won't be in the American 700, and they're going to need another driver. Cody Lamas has 11 seconds back to Eric Monaco. Right there. And it's growing. However, Monaco's putting on a little bit of pressure, and Lamas has a lot of lap traffic around him. This is all going to be how Lamas deals with these lap cars of like Raymond Fisher, and Mitch Hobbs, who we know Lamas is faster than. Not much faster than Hobbs, though. Hobbs is only about a couple tenths off, actually a full second that last time off of him, but there's a lot of lap traffic in front here, and Monaco only has Davidson and has relatively clean air around him. I don't know. With 6 to go, it's a stretch, and you would need Lamas to be massively held up. Uh-oh, we got a car off the track ahead. Was that Silver Spoon going off? Yes, it was. Silver Spoon goes way wide, gets into the wall out there, and brings it back on track. Silver Spoon's been very much struggling with this facility, and Silver Spoon is really holding up Mitch Hobbs in front of him there, and that's actually holding up Lamas in the process. Hobbs was not too happy with Silver Spoon there, and Lamas now has got to find a way safely by Mitch Hobbs here. Will Hobbs be a good back marker or not? Knowing today, probably not. And it doesn't look like Lamas is doing much to get by Hobbs either here, because Lamas just seems quite content to stay behind him here, and I think that's a very, 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 very smart move here with knowing how some of the drivers have been around this track today. Lamas is just playing it very nice and easy here coming to 3 to go. Very smart move if you ask me. Meanwhile, Eric Monaco is having a bit of trouble in second place getting by Vanderpesch there, and that's actually put Jones a little closer there, but now Bobby Jones has to deal with Vanderpesch. Nick Pericles is, once again, faster than everybody on track right now, but he's a lap down. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, Hobbs is kind of doing a good job just kind of clearing the way for Lamas here. Very good move here. It's the last lap now for Cody Lamas. It's been a very quiet day for him once the silver speeds fell out. But it's been another day where Lamas has been the class of the field here. Also, no, hold on, never mind. I thought there was damage on the front there, but it's just a camera glitch. As now, I don't know what to say about Cody Lamas. He's won 3 races this year, if he brings this one home, obviously. And it's just been a fantastic showing by Cody Lamas. I mean, he's proving that his runner-up last season wasn't a fluke there. And he's trying to prove that he's better than his teammate. And, well, his teammate made kind of a silly mistake there and might get massive penalties for it. Cody Lamas has 1 corner to go after this hairpin, and he's won his 3rd race of the year. Lamas, off of turn number 4, wins DNC's 4th race of the year. DNC continues to win half of the races all season. Monaco comes out of the hairpin going for the final corner. He's going to take 2nd. And 3rd is going to go to Bobby Jones. Let's go down to your full finishing results. If you finished today, you got points. Cody Lamas wins the race with Eric Monaco's 2nd, Bobby Jones 3rd, Lance Kelvin 4th. A great run from the back of the field for Jones, Kelvin, and Fordale. Mitch Hobbs comes in 6th. 7th goes to Zane Davidson. 8th to Pericles. 9th to Oskin. Of course, Pericles, we know, probably should have won another race this year. 10th to Lothair Ravine. 11th to Freeze. 12th to Fisher. 13th to Faust. 14th to Vanderpesch. 15th to Cole Jr. And 16th to Silver Spoon. Griffin, Presto, Masahashi, Bouchard, Dormitory, Hart, Fitzwater, Myatt, Turner, Myatt, Bolton, and Halleck will all fall out of the race with with many different accidents and battery problem for Daniel Bouchard. It's been kind of a crazy weekend for a lot of these guys, but keep in mind, this was a last-minute race. I kind of expected it. I think it's a little irresponsible to expect it to be a completely clean race, because this race is kind of thrown together last minute. Let's go to your points. Before we get to the points here, you will notice Vince Freeze got a strike for his incident there, so he will not be DQ'd or unable to run in the American 700. His teammate Cody Lamas, however, has a humongous point lead, which is what you need going into the 100-point American 700 for the winner. You can get 110 points if you get the pole and the American 700 to win. That's a lot. Ryan Griffin is second in points with 157, 2 races in a row where he hasn't scored points, and I think it just shows how much wins really matter in this series. Vince Freeze still with 152 in third. Kenny Myatt, another race where he doesn't get any points. Lance Kelvin's tied with him on 133. Eric Monaco with 119. Christian Vanderpesch with 118. We're going to keep going down the order here. Bobby Jones with 112. Matty Myatt with 111. 95 for Jesse Turner. Nick Pericles is the last car that could theoretically take the point lead in the American 700 if he got the pole and won the race. Jack Halleck is on 84. Daniel Bouchard on 67. Masahashi on 62. Trying to chase down Lance Kelvin in the Rookie of the Year standings. Sam Oskin down there at 56 is Hayden Davidson and Sean Ard. Dale Cole Jr., another real serious Rookie of the Year candidate there. Mitch Hobbs is another one there. Just haven't gotten the luck going for those two drivers yet. It would not surprise me, though, if they really start making a run at Lance Kelvin, especially knowing both of them probably will do pretty well in a couple weeks' time in the American 700. Benoit Lothaire-Irvine was possibly going to get another strike. They're still discussing Gretchen Faust and Benoit Lothaire-Irvine's incident there. Jordan Presto, Jeff Bolton, Do It for Dale Jr. finally gets a good race. We expect him to be quite strong in the American 700. Raymond Fisher, 19. Fitzwater on 18. Ormond on 8. Silver Spoon on 8. Dormitory on 6. And then Noah Hart is, of course, racing for, for the one-off title. So he is not scoring any driver points, and he wouldn't have scored any points anyway today. Let's go down to the team championship. Well, it looks like DNC is going to try and win the championship pretty early in this one with 349 points. And keep in mind, they're entering 6 cars in the American 700. They're going to be a force in that race. Bradley Automotive on 245, they're only entering their 2. They're not bringing another one. Nismo Sports, I think, bringing 4 or 5. I think they're bringing 4 on 213. Ford Performance Technologies bringing an Armada. Vision Sports bringing 1 with 198. TRD has 162 points. Faulkner Kelly. TRD's bringing a lot, too. I think they're bringing 5. Faulkner Kelly's bringing, I think, a couple extras. Silver Spreed's the other one bringing 6 there. But at this rate, how do we know that their cars are going to last? I mean, they can't even last 100 miles, let alone going 700. Action Terra on 98. Medina Moro on 94. Menervini on 68. Project X is on 64. Project X should be higher up the grid. That is not indicative of how well they've done. ARC America has now jumped Team Tim Taylor, though, in the team championship. They're, of course, fighting, I think, for 13th right there. But ARC America, Silver Speed's looking forward to the American 700. I hope they can keep their cars running that long, because that is a track that they should be strong at. And DNC in the past has struggled at Fontana in the past as well. So, but they have over a full 100-point lead on everybody right now. They have over a full lead, typically. But with the American 700, yeah, that might be a bit different here. But DNC is really looking to, and if they have a good run at the American 700, you might be able to even realistically wrap them up for the team championship, leaving the American 700, especially considering that they have 6 cars on the grid, and they've been the bastion of reliability all season so far. And like I said, there are 4 races that have not been won by a DNC car, and DNC has 4 by themselves, mainly off the back of Cody Lamas, and Vince Freeze hasn't been a slouch either. That being said, we will see you for the crucible of stock car racing the American 700, where drivers like Indy 500 champion Aiden Shepard and others like fight off against other ARCSOA drivers like Kenny Myatt, Vince Freeze, Cody Lamas, Vincent Allen, and American 700 champions making a comeback. Should be a very, very fun race coming up here, and a very, very fun Thunder Week. We will see you for the 16th American 700.